Welcome. This is Mudding with BEAGS, episode 40. And I got to go to the dentist tomorrow. So they told me I got to wear a mask. Well, I figure if they're going to be believing in an imaginary superbug, I better be masked up and hazmat suited up so I can be protected from crazy people. Because I don't want to catch that because catching crazy is contagious. And I just don't want that shit. So, anywho, I got this little air from my hazmat suit here, and that's kind of good because I also got my invisibility suit now. Bam! Yeah, invisibeads. Hi, I like that. Good gravy. I got to get me another one. This is cool. Harry Potter ain't got nothing on that. Anyways, that was just a little ditty I put together, thinking you might enjoy having a little fun there. And I ran across this picture here, and I thought you guys might know what it is because I sure don't. Anyways, I think the inventor's famous, but I don't know who it is. Anyways, if you know what that thingy is, let me know. It's kind of cool. Some sort of farming implement, maybe? I don't know. Pooper scooper? I don't know. That's what it is. It's a Tartaria pooper scooper. I really don't know. It could be nothing. Who knows? They came up with all kinds of crazy stuff back then. Anyways, Beagle, let's go, Mud. Roll them credits.
What is it? Is it treasure map?
We got a pawn shop at number 15 Cooper Square, and this is New York, circa 1920. Loan office. Okay, and I'm drawn to the big hole in the ground here. I guess this is a shoe store. Shave 10 cent, haircut 15 cent. Woo, them's was the days. Get your pocket watches. I suspect some pocket watches to be old world. I don't know how deep that rabbit hole goes, but I have questioned that. That right there is interesting. It's like a tile. It's got initials in it. BB maybe, or it's like two B's. I'm not, or EB. What does this say? BB. Yeah, it'll be a BB. This symbol here is oh man, I used to know this. This symbol is the symbol for pawn, but it's I believe it came from the Domedici family of royalty. That was their family symbol or crest or something like that. I believe that's the history on that. But I don't know. It's just an interesting little history on that. Um, let's see. What's that say? Diamonds appraised. So they stole the diamonds and dropped them off here. Ha! You know, diamonds are a huge scam. I highly suggest looking into diamonds and seeing how worthless they really are. Absolutely worthless. That looks like it's vanilla skied. Quite possibly. That's got a very vanilla sky look to it. Very possible. Anyways, moving on. April 1906, San Francisco, after the earthquake and fire, quote unquote, do attack. Sutter Street up from Grant Avenue. And let's see what we can find here. Let's see. That's Boss Man right there. In case you need Boss Man, you know where he is. Got a whole bunch of brick line on the ground. And let me be clear about brick for a second. Everything except maybe for a few things in our world has a melting point, which means if you get it hot enough, okay, it's gonna melt, okay, and that means a brick at some point will have a melting point, okay. So here's the thing. They say these buildings came down due to an earthquake, which I don't believe it was an earthquake. And I don't believe it was a fire. And I just do not see what, to me, in my humble opinion, looks like fire damage. Yes, there may have been some fire. I mean, they might have hit these buildings with dew weapons and then burned the wood, but they didn't burn the brick. They didn't melt the brick. Okay, that brick's not melted. There's nothing melted about that brick. It did not hit its melting point. So these buildings did not fall due to heat. Okay, and then they'll make an argument that the buildings fell because the structure wood was on fire, and when the structure wood fell, it fell. See, I call bullshit. And I tell you why I call bullshit. If you go and watch videos of a wrecking ball, a demolition wrecking ball trying to take down these old Tartarian buildings, it looks like, David and Goliath. Okay? But this time Goliath wins. Because, I mean, these buildings hold up to the wrecking ball, and they pound the shit out of these things, and they still stand. It is, I mean, we're talking break out the dynamite kind of stuff. It is so well built. These structures are so strong that to see entire city, it's not one building here. Look, this is entire cities. This isn't even an overhead shot, but you could look down this road and see everything's beat to shit up. Check out that arch. Big old porthole. Another arch there. Big arch. Big old arch. Got some symbology up here. Porthole. That might have been a clock or a gauge. That might have been the wind catcher. Might have had some bells in there also. That is just badass. Check out those arches up there. But I mean, my point is that can brick melt? Yes, absolutely. We've seen evidence of melted buildings, melted bricks. Yes, yes, no doubt. But is this melted brick? No. That gate looks like it was melted. Okay. To me, that wrought iron. But these bricks are not melted. That's not melted brick. I'm sorry, that's not melted brick. Okay. These were collapsed some other way. And I believe what they did was they used the dew weapons to shake the elements in these structures, and they just fell apart. Just like they did on that fateful day in September in a big ass city that was once part of the old world, and then they later called it new. So, just want to make that clear is that, bricks can melt, and these ain't them. Oh, there's, Mudflood window, in case you need that. Another one right there. Some more there. Might have not to point those out because, I've seen so many that, maybe I didn't point them all out. And this sky looks funny to me. That looks Photoshopped to me, that sky. That definitely looks Photoshopped to me. See how pixely it is? That looks like something they did in paint. Like they with the air airbrush, the spray can in paint. That's what that looks like. Spray can. They just went around here and spray canned it. That doesn't look real. Just saying. And I believe that the fire hydrant and water systems for the fire hydrants, I believe they were already here. And there is one that goes up into the building. So, anyways, I just think that's interesting. We got Automobile Road, Broadway at West 55th Street. Another view of the January 6, 1915 subway fire in New York. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. There's some, those might be coal hole covers there. Could be. I don't know. And there's Fred. Fred is the horse to build America, and today he is with his lady friend Wilma. And Wilma is his best mate. His best girl mate. Hey! Go Fred. Got Old World Light. Those are pretty. These are all over the place. Subway fire. Oh, hello, people stand outside the window inside the building, which is something y'all do back in the day for some strange reason. Is that a car frame, maybe? In the top? Yep. Buick. Wow. Good eye BEAGS. Okay. Da da dee da 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 dee dee da 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 da. What are we gonna find? Anything? You never know. These are probably old world arc lights. Possible. I was trying to see where the fire is. They say there's a fire. I see fire hoses. I see ladders going down into the ground. That's kind of weird. There must be a subway right here. And these look like ambulances right here. Interesting. Got more hoses here. Arched windows here. But these dudes sitting outside the window, I mean, that's just odd. Very weird. Okay, bird's eye view of 11th Avenue, aka Death Avenue, on New York's west side, as captured by the Bain News Service in 1911. Death Avenue. Oh, okay. That's kind of messed up, ain't it? Okay. Looks like you got... No? I don't know what that is. Old World Fire Hydrant, I believe. Boss Man right there. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, Boss Man. Here's Fred. Right there. That's his ass end. And there's Wilbur. That's his cousin. They do the, getting everything around America thing. Got underground something going on right there. Look at the size of that door. Got some kind of underground business right there. Hard to tell what it is. Might be a trap door. Probably a gas lamp. Circle in the pyramid in the circle. That's a illuminated jackass group symbol. I don't like to say their name if I don't have to, because, well, they hear you when you say their name. Hate to say it. There is an opening into the underground right there. This was a trap door there. Old World Fire Hydrant. A lot of brick. Brick, 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 brick. Check out that arch going into the ground. Right there. Door going into the ground with a big ass arch. Now why, oh why would you build that way? We built this horse shit here. There's something going on here. I don't think it's stairs. I bet it's windows. But they got something going on right there with this fence right there. And we would have built this piece right here that comes out from the door. And that's another way of controlling the air. And those are pavement light right there and there and there. And up there. Probably there. And pavement light is glass sidewalk, in case you hadn't watched my videos. And if you hadn't watched my videos, well, you need to go watch my videos. Shedding New Light. And that's talking about pavement light and why it's important. And pavement light to mudflood research is key. It is imperative that you understand pavement light in understanding the mudflood research. That's just my opinion, and I think it's, a good one. So check out pavement light, and you'll probably hear me say it once or twice more in here. We got Beacon Street Hill, 154 through 158. This is circa 1867 Hall's Antebellum. So I guess Hall's is a, a family name or something. And they're calling this an Antebellum mansion, I guess, maybe. And we got Mudflood windows there. Probably got some right there and there, I would imagine. Got arches. And it looks very vanilla sky. So that, this is a very common thing back then. For some reason, they like to cut the background out. Now, why? Arches up here. I just thought this was really cool. Working on a special project with on Beacon Hill, Boston. I got Ray, aka Michelle L, doing some boots on the ground research this week. So hopefully we'll have something good coming up on that. And we're going mudding, going to Beacon Hill. Here's some more Beacon Hill. 310 front 310 front elevation. I guess 310 is the house number. This is 1903. So this is, like architectural blueprint. And this is just these things are just really cool. And I'm gonna try to start showing more of these because I've got a lot of these, and it just it's just important. Basement floor. First floor. So the first floor is here, and they're saying the basement floor is here. I mean, does anybody see a problem there? They're saying that, okay, it doesn't say it for some reason. Boiler room floor is here. And I think this is sidewalk curb, so this is right here, this line, or maybe even this line. Anyways, right in here somewhere is ground level. This is ground level right in here, okay? And this is a basement level, okay? Venetian waves. This looks like it's got a facade put over it. Galvanized iron. Galvanized iron. So they're saying maybe that this top part is covered in galvanized iron, which was a facade technique where they would cover over the facades. I have catalogs with this facade covering that's made out of the iron. And a good examples of that is the Tribeca neighborhood in New York City. If you're interested in seeing that, they have a lot of that still left, but it was very popular. Here's another one, Beacon Hill, 342, front elevation 1922. This one's a little bit hard to read. New sash throughout on front elevation. And this is interesting. This is the ground level here, this line here. Okay. And then you got your door, which obviously goes down, which means you have to have steps, and they had to put in a drain. I think that's just great. You have to put in a drain because you put the door below ground level. I mean, who's writing this stuff? Mr. Contractor, your contracting license has been revoked because you don't know how to build shit. New stone. Interesting. New stone cornice. Roof line. Alterations and additions to house for Mrs. Davis A. Gardner, maybe. 342 Beacon Street, Boston. Edward Sears or something. I can't even read that. Something arches. Rear arch. I don't know. I can't read it. I don't know. Just see if there's any other details on there. But I just this one right here, just that just killed me. To see that right there drain. Just yeah. Detroit 1903 Wayne County bidding, looking east across Detroit River from Majestic Building. And I'm just gonna go here. Got a big old cupola. Big old EtherTech up there. Big old arches up there. This is probably a wind catcher here. These arches. Da, 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 da. Let's see. Pyramid symbology. Little obelisk up here. I believe these are capacitors, these things here. Capacitors for the free energy systems. Because they had free energy back then, y'all. Matter of fact, we have free energy today, I believe. I do believe they're creating free energy, pulling the free energy out of the ether and charging us for it. And they have been for a long time. And we are not going to put up with it anymore. That's a Taurus field. Let's see. And Chihuahua wants to come sit in my lap and help out. I don't know what kind of help you're going to be. Be quiet. Hush and watch the arched windows. And there's one of those telecommunications poles that were popular back then. Those round things, and they would trunk off that. I just think they're weird. There's Fred. Fred's the horse that built America, in case you need to know where he is. And there's Boss Man doing the Boss Man, because that's what he does. Let's see if we can find anything interesting. Let's see. Got more arched windows here. Wallpaper. I can't stand wallpaper. Don't know why. I just can't. Arched windows. Paints. American Paint and Glass Company. Big old arched windows. That's pavement glass right there. Pavement lights. That's coal hole cover there. That's pavement light right there. All that. There's more pavement light right there. So whole bunch of pavement light. In case you need to know what that is and looks like. Look at the scale of that right there compared to this little dude right here. I mean, imagine that pane of glass right there. Just take and imagine. If you've ever messed with glass, okay, and I mean a big pane of glass, you know how much of a pain in the ass it is. I mean, it's ridiculous. There's a Flatiron kind of looking building there. Da 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 da. Got more pavement light right here on the side here. Coal hole covers there. There's some more there. Let's see. What we're gonna find? Anything good? Gonna look for something good. Offices to rent. Let's see. That's a big old structure back there. There's a moon tower right there. Moon tower is like old world street light. Kind of cool. There's a few around still in our country. Most of them are gone, but check out those roofs back there. Those are cool. We got arch windows there. Old world smokestacks that ain't smokestacks. There's another moon tower right there. There was a bunch of them in Detroit. There's one of them old ferries. Steamboat maybe. Old tall ship. I think I saw another. No, maybe not. There's more smokestacks back there. I don't think them smokestacks were smokestacks. I think we used them as smokestacks. We used a lot of things as smokestacks that weren't smokestacks. All these chimneys are on these houses weren't chimneys, and we used them as chimneys, and then we burned down the houses because, well, we're idiots. Basically. So look in the history of chimneys. Check out that monstrosity back there. That thing's huge. Big old thing. Alright. Arches. Alright. And we got Detroit, 1910, the Bagley Homestead, Michigan Conservatory of Music, former abode of Michigan Governor John Judson Bagley, 1832-1881. I believe that's his life and death. And let's go see what we got. And got a bunch of ivy going up the porch. Got mud fluttered windows. Because that makes sense. So we're going to put that down there. Got more mud flutter windows. More mud flutter windows. Oh, and over here on this building, we got mud flood windows and more mud flood windows. In case you need to see mud flood windows. What's the mud flood? Oh, good gravy. And you got pyramid symbology there. You got one of them communications towers there where they would trunk off the, I believe these are like the lines for the telegraph, like telegraph lines. Could be, you know, I don't know, maybe early phone line. I'm not sure about the data phones, but it's something to do with communications. They would trunk off these circular lines. Really crappy technology, but hey, so smartphones. Haha! Look at the ivy growing up that side there. That's a lot of detail, a lot of arched windows. That's pretty cool. Nice cornice. That's pretty cool. Arched window. This would have been part of the old world, the wind catcher system. And see this right here. This is probably a wind catcher. You have to wonder, I mean, maybe these windows opened up and closed, you know, opened up and down, and that was how they controlled the airflow for the wind catcher. And then this was probably the output for the wind catcher. Input, output. Input's usually, as far as I know, in my limited knowledge of it, is that the input is larger than the output. And it creates a suction effect. Kind of like a chimney is supposed to work. If you know how chimneys work with the damper, that's kind of like a damper effect. Got a little ether antenna up here, Antiquitech up there. That was, I believe these flagpoles, when you see them to the side, I believe they were removed from the top. So that, you know, that right there, that little thin line reminds me of one of those bullshit lightning rods. And I bet this was the old Antiquitech antenna for the ether antenna. That's an interesting symbol. That's it's kind of hard to see. It kind of looks like a flat earth asterisk because you got a vertical, a horizontal, and an X. I mean, kind of hard to tell, but that could be a flat earth asterisk. Either way, flat earth asterisk is, I believe, the symbol for the flat earth that we live on. Check out those things up in there, like little gargoyles or something up under the cornice there. Wow. That's a weird symbol. I wish this picture was clearer for you. Little arched windows, horseshit signage. Now, we did that. Yep. Yep. Mr. Contractor made a day out of making that piece of shit. But we got to give Mr. Contractor's due. He's got to make money somehow. Portholes. So they're part of a wind catcher system for moving the air around. Anywho, got some fancy brickwork there. I think that's about it. Maybe an old world fire hydrant, possibly. Oh. There's some old fencing there. Anyways, this is immigrants arriving at Ellis Island, New York, and this is a photo from the George Grantham Bain collection, 1907. And it's just, you know, I find it interesting, you know, arch windows and red brick, and, you know, that is just straight up why would an immigrant coming, that's just fallen off a, rat infested boat need this sort of structure? I mean, seriously, with Mudflood winters in it. See that right there? Yeah, you ain't hiding with those bushes. See, the highway, everything with bushes. What you growling at, man? You in America. Welcome to America, man. Welcome to America, home of the brave, land of the free, where you can pay your taxes or lose all your shit. And you're going to work your ass off, son. I mean, for the rest of your life. I'm just telling you. Morning, day, and night. They ain't going to educate you. They're going to make you work. They're going to make you pay taxes. You ain't never going to have no money. Then you'll meet some woman. You'll have children. Then you really won't have no money. And then, and only then, will you be allowed to die. Just saying. Welcome to America. And one thing I find interesting is that when people came in, you had the people that look, the lesser people. Look, other than the 1%, the 1% come in, okay, and they didn't go through Ellis Island. They were pre-approved. You had to go through Ellis Island if you were, the lower class, which was basically everybody. So if you weren't elite, you had to go through Ellis Island. But we all know that. What's important, and what I have learned through this research, because as you do this research, you pour your head more and more out of your ass, is that the elite didn't go through Ellis Island. When the elite came, they went through other channels. They didn't have their head checked for lice. They didn't have their bags checked and, weren't asked any questions. They just pushed on through. Just saying. We got July 16th, 1913, Surf Avenue on Coney Island with Feltman's Clam Bake on the left. Oh boy, clam bake. And that's Fred. Fred's the horse that built America, in case you weren't aware and in the know. And, we got Boss Man here. He's trotting down the road being carried by Wilbur. That is Fred's cousin. Auto entrance. And that's one thing they did back then that's really weird is they stacked everything. They were big, big, big into stacking. Like weird stacks. I don't know why that is. I guess it was a fad or something. I don't know. Just interesting. There's the clam bake. The weird looking flags. How they're. Look at that dome. Maybe some EtherTech there and there. Not a great looking picture. These signs are so weird to me. I don't know, but I think these spun in the wind. I think they spun around or just spun. I don't know. These lighted up, I know. I can't remember. I think those spun. Check out all these folks. What, they got a donkey? I don't know. Okay. It's just this Luna Park, man. This thing was just always packed. Big deal out there. And here's June 13th, 1911. The teaser, A Ride at Coney Island, Luna Park. And let's see. So we have a it looks like a wheel in the center, kind of like the teacups ride. If you've ever been to Disney World or Disneyland, whatever it is, they got the teacups and you spin yourself and get dizzy. And basically, I'm not getting on it because I don't do all that. But anyways, we're going to sit in a chair and spin around. I mean, what in the world? I mean, they had some good drugs back then to be thinking up some of this stuff. Something. There's pyramid. Maybe an arc light there. Check out that thing in the background, the teaser. Check out that big old thing. Good grief, the size of that thing. That is huge. It's like a gazebo, maybe? Cupola. Check out that pagoda. The symbology there. Doesn't that look like a tourist field? Looks like a scrubbed cartouche here. Wowzers. Look at his little hat. Oh, it's what a crazy world. We got June 29th, 1916. Fire at the Fox Playhouse between 13th and 14th Streets. Okay, and it doesn't say where it is. Damn you, no labels. After antennas, maybe right there. Some kind of fire apparatus right there, maybe. I don't know. It's a weird fire apparatus. Film rental company. New work. Creator, New York. Film. Moving pictures, something. So is this New York? Is that a person sitting there? That's a person up there. Right there, I think. Hanging out the window. I don't know where the fire is. He's probably in the fire zone, poor fella. Throw down your wallet, man. Throw down your wallet. Don't let us all suffer. Check that out. What? What's up with that, man? Lady, get out of the building. You know it's on fire. Photo plays. Vaudeville. Fox's City Vaudeville. There's an eagle representing the Phoenix and Mercury. And this is kind of strange. It looks to be a little bit vanilla sky, but I'm not sure. It's a weird haze right there around the eagle too. So that's weird. Laurel leaf of control there. Wonder if that's the green man right there. And there. Green man's a very important symbol. Well, hello, ma'am. Reminds me of a seashell there. There's that dripping fruit. I don't know what that symbol means, but it's important. We see it a lot. Okay, I think that's about all we can see there. Marquette, Michigan, circa 1913. Washington Street, showing Opera House. Oby-taby. And we have a band in the middle of the road for reasons I cannot explain. And Fred is there. He's just hidden. Unfortunately, you won't get to see Fred in this photograph. So we'll just have to move on. Got old wrought iron. I believe they took most of the wrought iron out of our world back during the wars. Saying they needed scrap iron for the war effort. I think they needed a reason to get the scrap iron, or get the iron off of the buildings. This is a weird picture. It looks like a UFO kind of back there. Oh, message from Mars. And this is in 1913. Wow. What? What the hell is this dude supposed to be? Batman? I mean, I don't know. Who's this? Who's it? What's going on here? Flaming arrow, I guess is what that says. Is this? Oh, this is 2 different posters. I don't know why one's over. They've just. Okay, this is a poster here, and this is a poster. Okay, I'm gonna move on. I don't know what's going on there. That's weird though. Got prism lights here, and those are in the transoms. Above the doors here is called the transom. I just don't understand why they made people wear their pants like this. They look so ridiculous. I just don't know. Ladies in uniform, crappy awnings, opera house. Who the hell's going to the opera? These people don't even have education, much less the need or the comprehension to go to opera all the damn time. I mean, I'll tell you from my personal, just my taste is I don't. Hey, if I offend you, I'm sorry, but I tell it like I see it. I think opera sucks. It sucks. It's horrible. I cringe every time I hear opera. I don't care how good opera people think it is. It just cringes. Oh, it's like nails on a chalkboard. It's horrible. So who the hell's going to all this opera? I mean, there's jokes. How many television shows have you watched where people joke about, like, the punchline kind of thing is like the woman wants to go to the opera, and the man's like, oh hell no, I ain't going to opera. I don't think women like opera either. I think it's just I don't know. It's almost like people have been told that refined society likes the opera, so that's what refined people do. Bullshit. Refined people don't like opera either. Come on. Refined. Check out this big old thing. Jeez, Phoenician shells right here. There's probably a wind catcher right there. Just a guess. Ether fencing. Ether antennas with mercury balls. Okay, anyways. I'm not seeing much else that interests me. May 1st, May Day. The Elite Love May Day. Look into that. 1937 New York Grocery at 1028 3rd Avenue and 61st Street with Salvatore Campanelli far right. Okay, so that must be Salvatore Campanelli. So he must be, or one of these guys is. That's probably him right there. So, anyways, anybody know why I'm showing this picture? If you've been watching my shows, then you probably know what I'm looking at. Yep, of course. Pavement light. Boom. 1937, already looking ratty as hell. Probably took a lot less than that, too. See how they stack cans? They had a thing about stacking things. See? See here, too. Stack, stack, stack. Always stacked. It's like today we just stack for efficiency to get as much on the shelf as we can. But back then they stacked high. You'll see entire stores like this. I don't know, it's just interesting. Caviar. Anyways, moving on. And we got 1925 William H. Egberts of National Museum with Siamese musician. Now, I'm not sure if this is like a display for the museum or what, but what struck me was that it just, to me, it had this weird automatron look to it. Like, I just felt like it could come alive and work, and not alive, but just work. Like start playing that damn thing, whatever that thing is. It just seemed to me almost like it was something that could have worked as like an automatron. I don't know. It's just weird. I find some weird shit. Okay, we got May 19th, 1913 promenaders at Luna Park, the heart of Coney Island. A lot of Coney Island tonight. Witching Waves. That's a weird name for a ride. Women in uniform. Boss man, I'd say. So look at that crazy ass ride right there. Spinning around. A lot of spinning rides. Everything kind of had turning mechanisms. I think is part of the free energy system. I think it helps in some way to generate energy. The spinning of all these devices. I don't. It's just my thinking. Look, what is this thing? What is that for? That's really odd, right? I don't know what that is. What the hell is that? I have no idea what that is. That's really weird. I don't know. It's got all the lights on that thing. Look at all the lights up there. It's weird. That looks Vanilla Sky to me also. Check out that right there, that ether antenna. Very interesting. That's one hell of a popcorn stand. Boater hat. Boater hats have interesting history. What a hell of a time to be alive. I mean, what we got going here? Got some construction. Interesting. Very interesting. I mean, look at the scaffolding these guys are using. I mean, that talk about unsafe. There's no way I'd climb that. I've been up some scaffolding, but I ain't going up that. It just ain't happening. I mean, I'll be honest with you, I don't even really like going up scaffolding. Scaffolding's sketchy as hell. I mean, I'm not afraid of heights, but scaffolding is sketchy. There's a cartouche with a symbol on it. Of course, that could have been scrubbed and then banged in there. And it's interesting that, this stuff has the, that facade look where, it's almost like, it almost has that World's Fairish kind of look to it. In a way. Phoenician shell. These are interesting symbols there. Phoenician wave. I mean, what was in that? I mean, it looks like something was taken out. A cupola. The heart of Coney Island. Okay, moving forward. Okay, and I found this picture, and I just don't even know what to say here, but I'll just read what it says. Is May 1939, second and third grade children, wow, being made up for their Negro song and dance at May Day Health Day festivities, Ashwood Plantation, South Carolina. And May Day being the illuminated jackasses holiday, just so you know. And they've put these poor, beautiful children in blackface because colored people of the time were not allowed to entertain. And so they would put them in blackface. They would even put black people in blackface. But I mean, this is just so. This is the level of mentality of the people. People's like, People like, "Huh, if there was a mud flood, then my family would have told me." Well, the mentality of your family did this to children. Okay, so what do you think they really knew and understood? Think about that. Mobile, Alabama, 1901, Hotel Windsor and Royal Street. Okay. Ladies in uniform, good day, ladies. Got Mudflood drop-in hole right there behind them. Same thing right here. That's why you have the wrought iron right there. More wrought iron up here with diamond symbology and a infinity symbol. Interesting. So it's a diamond within an infinity. Wow, that's pretty cool. We would add to that horseshit Windsor bullshit. Big ass columns. More wrought iron. More wrought iron. And we got it blocked off for some reason or something. Or is that they've done something there. That don't even look right. That dog don't hunt right there. They've boxed that in for something. Ladies in uniform. Let's give the black man a moment for his they didn't take a lot of pictures of the black man and in that time, and well, they should have, because they're people and they should have been treated like people always. And a lot of these buildings that we're looking at were stolen from their people, I believe, and then they were given the ability to be POWs, prisoners of war, and they worked contracts and then they worked their contract and then became freed men. Yes, I said freed men, not free men. They weren't freed, they were freed men, meaning they worked their contract. I'm just saying. Look into slavery. It ain't what happened. What they say happened ain't what happened. It's been, it's a horseshit narrative. And there's Fred. Fred's the horse built America along with his good buddy Wilbur. And we got us a trolley hanging out. Lots of trolleys back then. Everywhere had trolleys. Trolleys everywhere. Diamond symbology, wrought iron. Got some ether fencing up here. Got some tech here. Something weird. US. I think that says US. Got a Taurus fields there. Ether antenna up there. Arc light right there. Got the wood stove going. It's pretty cold. Keeping me warm. I mean, it's cold outside. I'm warm in here. Got a little heat going now. The old wood stove. Oh, my stove's name is Fatso. And no, I didn't come up with that. It literally says Fatso written across it. It's an old coal stove that I use as a wood stove. And the old Fatso does a good job. I got to cut my wood, kind of tiny in order to get in. Look at that tech. Man. That's some techie. Look at that thing. Good grief. A Moorish look to it. Man, that is freaking in Mobile, Alabama, y'all. Anybody, y'all been to Mobile, Alabama? What they need that in Mobile, Alabama for? I mean, come on, man. It's Mobile, Alabama. That reminds me of Forrest Gump. Alabama. He told that boy, she going back to Alabama. That's right. There's another black man on the job. Give him his due. Hello, Mr. Black Man. I don't know what. I think I keep coming back to this thing as some kind of contraption here. I don't know what the hell it is. That's Boss Man right there. In case you need to know where Boss Man is. Good idea. Keep up where Boss Man is. This is I'm gonna butcher this. Narragansett Pier. Totally butchered that. Rhode Island, circa 1910. Hotel New Smithsonian. Okay. For many years, the preeminent lodging of the city of hotels. In the city of hotels, excuse me. Okay, so anyways, we got a A-frame structure. Wow, look at that. Kind of looks like the Green Man there. That's really pretty. Look at that ether antenna. So that's what happens with a flag when you put it on a flagpole. It tears up. More ether antenna. That is probably the wind catcher there. I bet you. There's a porthole. So that's how they would regulate the wind catcher. There's another porthole. And there's more portholes there, and there. Smithsonian. We added that horseshit lettering there. Another ether antenna. And yes, there's Fred. Fred's the horse that built America. You need to see him. What we got going on back here? What is that? That's kind of crazy looking. I don't know what that is. Big ass arch for, I don't know what that thing is. I don't know, maybe somebody else knows. I don't know what that is either. This is a weird place. I ain't got no roads either. But yeah, you know, you got another porthole down here. Windows at ground level. Probably got something under here. Hard to see what they're doing there. Got low windows there. Low windows there. But yeah, they you know, there was buildings that were, that could be photoshopped. Looks very photoshoppy looking. That could be a vanilla sky with a, like a paint, painted in background there. But no, they built structures out of wood. Many structures out of wood. Hundreds of thousands of millions of billions. I don't even know. Not everything was brick. You know, I mean, we need to count on the wood structures too. I think that's why. I think that's why they cut down all the forest. I think they had to account for all these wood frame structures. Diamond symbology, right there. As above, so below. Yeah, I think they had to have an excuse as to, where'd all that wood come from? Because there's so much wood that was used. Just a thought. We got New Jersey circa 1910, Bergen Tunnel, East End, the Detroit photographic special on the tracks. And just a little history lesson for you. This train here and car is owned by the Detroit Photographic Company. And what they did was they went around and they took photographs. They would go from city to city and take photographs. And many of the photographs that I show in my MUDDIN videos are from this company. And what they would do is they would take these high resolution photographs and then develop them on the train here. So they had a dark room on this train, and they would travel around and document these places. It's just interesting. It looks old world there. Got some construction back here. I mean, look how rickety and shaky that looks. Scary. And we say we built big old buildings. Nah, I don't think so. No, I don't think we were teched up enough to do that. There's one of those ball things. I see those all the time. There's some sort of technology. I do believe. Train man. That's boss man right there. That's boss man. Yep, that's boss man. Yep. And these guys right here, I would guess, if I had to take a guess, that these guys are the guys that took the pictures that we're so fond of looking at in our research. So, just a little history lesson there for you. We got New Orleans circa 1980, Clay Monument, Canal Street. And that's Fred. Fred is the horse that built America. He's got his blinders on because he's seen it so much he just can't look at it no more. French Opera House. See? Opera. Who's watching all this opera? And why are you going to hook a trolley up to a horse? I mean, how retarded is that? You know how hard that is on a horse to carry, to pull a trolley? That's heavy. It's cruel. Look at that wrought iron, man. Good grief. And who dressed you, son? I mean, you look mad in hell. He looked like my mama dressed me. I'm mad as hell. I'm going to whoop her ass when I get home. Because I got my ass kicked looking like this. Look at my hat. It's been punched in, man. Look at that old world light. That is pretty. It's probably a gas light, but it is pretty. What we got here? I don't know if I can read it. I never can read these things. First, something slavery. I don't know. I don't know. It's probably there today. You can go find it out if you really are in need. Arc light, maybe. Who's this dandy son of a bitch right here? I don't know. Clay. I don't know who that is. Pyramid. Got a Phoenician shell. I believe these are capacitors for the free energy system. Little mini columns with Tauruses on them. Same here. There's lions for Tartaria. That's Tartarian lions. Yep, I said it. And I am not worried about saying it because, you know, there's a circle punct. Symbol for the creator. Another Taurus. Ladies and Children's Great Resort. Okay, that's odd. Performances hourly. Ladies and Children's Great Resort. World's Wonder. I can't read it. Shit. Performances hourly. Museum and Theater. Eugene Robinson's. Oh, I don't know. That's weird. I don't know. Bookstore. Wig Manufactory. Where? It's like they made up their own language back then, and sometimes I read these things, I'm like, what the hell are they trying to say? It's so crazy. What is that thing? The hell is that? I don't know. I have no idea. Arch windows right there. Got your little dome with an ether antenna on it. Check that out. What in the world? What are you screaming at me for? What'd you do? Chihuahua's having a fit. Well, you mad somebody ain't paying you no mind? I'm busy. Don't you see me busy? You know what I'm doing. Jealous. New York, 1907, Marble Collegiate Church, Collegiate Church. I can't speak tonight. Fifth Avenue. And we got to see, well, there's Fred. I mean, you know, he's working high dollar tonight. There's the lawman with Ghost Boss Man. Got a bunch of ghosts around here. What the, that might be the Pooper Scooper Man. Yeah, that's Pooper Scooper Man, in case you're looking for him. Look at that. Look at all that. There's Wilma. She's Fred's lady friend. Okay, just keeps on going up. Look at that big ether antenna. Good gracious. They gonna make sure they get the ether. Just amazing architecture. Just absolutely amazing. Well, we have crap architecture today. I don't know, but it looks kind of like could be some pavement light in front of that. That looks like a Mudflood window right there. Check out those dragons with the ether lights. That's BAD badass. That's beautiful. Look at them ether lights there. Man, that's a hell of a building there. Man, check out them lights. Man, New York has some sick stuff. Man. Look at big ether antennas. They're going to make sure they get up in the air. They ain't messing around. And as always, the pictures will be in the description. Just look in the description of the video, and you will, as always, I always put them there. So y'all can go and do your own digging. Put them in your collection. And take a look at them yourself. Diamond symbology. Got a clock. Clocks are expensive. Somebody made a comment the other day, and I believe, don't get me wrong, it might have been Meg from over in Japan. Could be, I think. Anyways, I think they were saying to somebody else that they were saying that all clocks like this came from Switzerland. Now, I hadn't looked into that, and I don't know what the story is there, but that kind of struck me as interesting. What if all they came from Switzerland? I mean, who's making it? I never assumed that the clocks could be labeled that they were from one place, and if they are, that's interesting, because, I mean, there's no way they're all made in one place, especially overseas. Not bad. I mean, just that just don't make sense. Look at that ether finial there. There's something we came up with. I think the Chihuahua's gone cuckoo clock tonight. You better calm down. I'm telling you right now. They got ether lights here. Big old arch doorway. Wrought iron going in. Big old church. These churches are just something else. These, I mean, seriously, this is not a house of God. This is for healing, man. That you go in here and you go in there with a pain in the elbow, and you come out feeling good, man. Diamond symbology. What's going on with that girl? But I mean, this was somewhere you went to get healed, I think. At the finials. I believe when you see the striped here, I believe that has something to do with the batteries of the bricks. That's where they stored the energy, was in the bricks. That has a Moorish look to it there. Wow, that's just, look at that obelisk there. Yeah, obelisk built into the side of the building. How cool. There's a porthole right there. So that's part of a wind catcher system. More wrought iron. Facaded building. So that'll be brick underneath there. Everything's brick. Brick, 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 brick. There's pavement light. Oh, I love me some pavement light. There's coal hole cover there and there. Look at that old carriage. Wow. That's the coal delivery. So they would pull up with your coal and they would dump it out, and they would dump it in these holes here. And then you would go underground and get your coal out. Well, you would send your servant to do it, but you wouldn't do it yourself probably. That's a pretty horse right there, that one in the middle. They're all pretty, but that one's especially pretty. Okay, moving on. We got New York, circa 1908, Broadway, and Trinity Building. And I believe the Trinity Building is this one here on the left. And this is Broadway. Yeah, that's from my memory. And that's Trinity. Part of Trinity Church is right here. And this is part of the hush it. Zip it, Skippy. Look at the scale of that thing compared to those tiny little people. This thing, I believe, is still there today. Not sure. This is real near, if I remember correctly, this is real near where they did that dew attack back in September. Hush! I tell you, y'all just don't know how many times I have to stop these videos and hush this chihuahua up. I'm just going to move right on through it. Y'all can listen to it. I get tired of stopping. There's Mudflood Winters down there. All down on the side there. Look all across the bottom there. Big old arches. Look at the arches. Good gravy. My goodness. Look at that hole right there. Good God. Oh my goodness. Hey, yeah. That's a big old hole into the ground right there. You gonna fall and break your neck in that hole. No doubt. There's Fred. Fred's Horse Build Americas with Wilbur hanging out, getting some bricks moved around, I'm sure. Somebody got to deliver all these bricks. Who hauled all these bricks in, y'all? Mr. Contractor. When you ordered the bricks in, did you get the license plate of that horse that brought it in? Oh, it came on a real car. Did you get the license, the number off the side of that train car when they brought it in? Come on, man. You ain't got none of that. You ain't got no delivery. You ain't got no purchase order. You ain't got no bill of lading. You ain't got no checks cashed written. You ain't got no paper record of any of this brick being delivered. Not one record, I bet. And if you do, it's probably fabricated. Because there ain't no damn way that y'all made all this brick and moved it around the country and built it all in the same time frame. Oh yeah, all around the world at the same time. I mean, come on. Seriously. Y'all built this. Seriously? This is 1908. Put in your mind what you think life was like in 1908 and then insert this building. Can you do it? I believe that's a line right there, which would be a symbol for, the old world, or Tartaria, as we like to refer to it. Do we believe that Tartaria was America? Wrong. That's for dumbasses to think. We're not dumbasses here. We can say one thing and understand what we're saying, okay, without having to explain it. But some folks are, sticklers for the words and how specific they are, and they want to take their tie and tighten the knot. I'm loosening my tie, okay? I want to be comfortable when I'm working here, okay? I want to have an easy word that I can describe this with. I say old world, you think Europe. That's what I think. When I say old world, I think Europe. That's the Singer building back there. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, I one day I'll get around to mess with that sumbitch right there, but we didn't build that either. I don't believe we built that. It's yes, I know we have construction photos. I'm aware of all this. Okay, you're telling me that doesn't look like a monstrance on top? Go look up monstrances. I done a video on it. Okay, that looks like a monstrance. Okay, got portholes, wind catchers. Okay, there's more wind catchers right there. This thing is way beyond what we were capable of in this time frame. We were not more Tartarian lines. We were just not capable of this construction. It just is too much. There's a mercury ball right there on top of an ether antenna. Look at all that brick. Let's see if we can peer in this window here and see what's going on. It will catch David Rockefeller doing something naughty. There's a circumpunct. That's a symbol for the creator. That's symbology right there. Oh, look at this man. He's putting up and down the horseshit awning. I've never seen that before. They've either been up or down. I've never seen a man actually, with the mechanism in his hand. That's interesting. See that rope right there? That's how they would raise and lower it. I mean, total horseshit technology. Why? Why would you design a building like this and not create something for the windows other than a horseshit awning? You can't answer that. There is no answer because it's horseshit. Torus field, maybe a sub-rose on the Torus field, hard to say. Eternal flame, maybe the laurel leaf of control, maybe? Hard to tell. Something there. It's hard to see what that thing is. Wow, look, Jesus. Tartarian lines, maybe. That looks like lines. I don't know. Phoenician shells, all the way across. Ether antenna. Check out that antenna up there. Just check this out. I wonder if that sucker spins. If you watch my video with Ray from the Michelle L channel, and how he was showing at Harvard University in Cambridge the finials like that were spinning around, and they were going. You'd have four on a building up here, and they'd all be spinning different directions. So we know they weren't wind catchers. Oh man, this world is just absolutely amazing. Unbelievable. I mean, who built this? New York, 1910, Madison Square. Worth Square Monument at Broadway and 5th, the Major General's obelisk. Because we're, Egypt? No, that's an ether free energy device. It's like an antenna. I believe it brought in and turned out. It was like a antenna that brought in the ether and took and put it out. It was the antenna. And this is something that I really think that there's something to this right here. Notice on the four corners they have 4 lights. And I have found numerous of these obelisks throughout our country that have the same feature with the obelisk and the 4 lights. But what's weird is, in later pictures, they remove the lights. I think the lights were original tech, part of the system, and they removed them. Because otherwise, I can't come up with a reason that they would remove them. I don't know. I just, there's that strikes me as very strange. Check out those ether lights right there. Anyways, there's pavement light right there. There's more right there. There's coal hole covers. So that sidewalk is hollow. It has what's called vaults underneath, and it's called pavement vault lighting. And by lighting, it's not like a light that you turn on with a switch. The light comes from the sun, and it comes down and it hits glass that's in the sidewalk, and then it has prisms in there, and the prisms shoot the light under the building. Check out that mud flood hole there. Right there, big old mud flood. There's Fred. Fred's the horse that built America. Check out that mud flood hole there. Big old mudflood hole. Let's go this way. Got mudflood hole there. Mudflood hole there. Mudflood hole there. Probably pavement light in there. Got, looks like some coal hole covers there. There's a clock. Clocks are expensive. It's just incredible. I mean, just mind-boggling. I don't know the name of these buildings. There's too many. Some of them stand out to me more than others. A lot of times it depends on the angle you're looking at them, which helps. This looks like some new construction there. Interesting. Look at that cupola, part of wind catcher. Big old dome. We love to write on shit. It's kind of one of our things. Ether antennas everywhere. I mean, take your pick. Weather vane, finial. Look at those domes. Man. Something else, man. Let's look down here. There's a opening in the underground right there. There's coal hole covers all over here. That's pavement light right there, there, and there. They're working on this sidewalk here big time. Yeah, they're making a big old sidewalk there. Coal hole covers there and there. Doing a lot of work on that sidewalk. Everywhere. Look at that hole right there into the underground. There's more pavement light right there. More hole. They're really working on this. There is a lot of pavement light here and a lot of construction on that sidewalk in this photograph. All the way down the road. That's a major works project there. It's like a wind catcher there. Ooh, let's get out and come back. Okay, whew. Just a lot to see. There's that dripping fruit thing. Look at all those keystones. There's lions for Tartaria. Oh man. It's really stupefying. Absolutely stupefying. And we got New York City, 1910 and 1915, New York drugstore, Pennsylvania station. And this is just an interior shot, and I like to see these stores. You can see how they displayed everything and the goods. They were just amazing how they, look at those little Tauruses there. Just incredible. The stores then were, what is this thing? What the hell is that? That reminds me of a fire and water glass. If you know what that is, it's a type of shot glass where you fill it in the bottom with water and in the top with your liquor, and when you drink it, you get your shot first, and then the water chases it and washes it down, and so it doesn't burn. I'm just saying. I mean, look, it's just the detail. I mean, look at that fan. What in the world? That's so weird. That's stained glass. Laurel leaf for controlling the stained glass. Just amazing stores back then. I just look at those lights. It's just incredible detail. I mean, how in the world can you make any money when you create stores this elaborate? I don't think they did create stores this elaborate. I think they found stores this elaborate. I mean, look at the products. They're just... Jeez, I don't know. Just the detail of everything is just immaculate. I mean, the freaking cash register, man, is a gold mine of antiquity. I mean, it's incredible. What is this thing? It looks like a booth where you buy a ticket. New York. I don't know. It's just crazy. New York Municipal Lodging House, circa 1909. And last week I showed a picture of the outside of this facility. I believe it was a facility where the homeless would go and sleep or something. It's a really weird building, but I just found this picture very weird because this is, I guess, in the basement, and this is the Municipal Lodging House fumigating clothing. And look at this. They got the clothing of the people that come in on these racks, and it rolls out, and then they roll it down the line here. But just the size of this fumigator and I mean, this door here that closes, I mean, what? It's just very strange. Look at the gauges here. I believe that's gauges, like pressure gauges, maybe? I don't know. Oh, look at the detail. Oh, gosh. I don't know. It's just really freaking weird, man. I don't know. I don't know. Got New York, 1918 Louis Son building. I just butchered that. 119 West 40th Street, May Nicky and Frankie Architects. Okay, who cares? That's all horseshit. And got trance of glass there. More down there. Got holes in the underground there. There's your whatever. You got underground stuff going on here, but I can't make a whole lot of heads or tails of it. There's definitely some Mudfloody action going there. No doubt. You got pavement light right here. Arched windows. Look at that big old drop-in. See how you got that there, and then that's more pavement light right there. But then see how you can see the windows below ground right there? God, it makes so much sense once you see it. It's just like, you know, it's like that light bulb goes off above your head and you go, oh, and then you don't feel like, you know, a dumbass anymore. And you realize that you've been a dumbass for a long time, that you've seen this all your life, and it's just incredible. I mean, I'm going back now and I'm doing some research on a Tartarian building that I lived in back in the 80s, and I'm doing a dive into that one building, and it's something that nobody's seen before. And when I get done doing my research, I'm gonna show it to you. And it's just weird that I lived in this thing and I never noticed what was there, and it's just mind-boggling. Got diamond symbology, but anyways, I'm working on a little secret project for that. I'm not gonna give no details out other than I'm working on a little something. I got all kinds of projects I'm working on, but I've started a new one. I guess I'm always starting projects. Every now and then I get one done. I mean, I tell you, this research, you get rabbit hole real quick. Oh my goodness. I don't know. You can't help it. It's like there's so much data and it's all interesting. I don't know. It's I love it. I love this research. And we got New York, February 1912, and I just thought this was a nice little picture. And we have a octagon shaped coal hole cover with pavement light. That's a rarity. They're very rare at this time. Uh, uh, that's a coal hole cover there too. And we got a barber pole with a barbershop above ground, which is actually kind of rare. Those are weird. And you got a Mudflood stairs right there. And that's probably pavement glass up in that thing. That's Boss Man. Nobody cares about him. Lager beer. Big pane of glass. I don't know. Just a interesting picture. And this is Niagara Falls, New York, circa 1906. Mills along the gorge. And Niagara Falls, I believe, is like straight up old world tech going on all over the place. I can't make heads or tails of it yet. Look how that wall uh, it, 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 it goes right. Look at that arch. I mean, it just goes right into the ground. I don't know. It's just so weird. What is this? I don't even know. This has got, arched windows, more arched windows. I don't know what this thing is. I know this isn't, I know this isn't like under the falls, or I don't think. I don't know. I don't really understand this Niagara Falls, but I mean, look at all this tech. I mean, what in the world? We've got water coming through here. What is this weird thing? It looks like a door or something. I don't even know. More arched windows. I mean, this stuff is old. They got a big old crane. Got 3 antennas up here and there. Old world, where they call it smokestack. We use it as a smokestack. They didn't call it smokestack. We use it as smoke. Look at the base of that thing. I mean, I don't even know. They call it smokestack. It's not a smokestack. Look at this thing. Is that thing on a rail? What is that? Like a house on a rail? What is that? I don't even know. I mean, some of this stuff is just so cuckoo. Look at these right here. I mean, look at that. What is that? What is that stuff? I don't even know. I just don't know. I don't have any answers on this. This is above my pay grade. I don't know. If you know more about it, leave comment in the comment section, and leave comments in the comments. I like the comments, so run your mouth too. I run my mouth a lot. Y'all run your mouths. Let's hear what y'all got to say. I'm interested in your. Hey, hush it. I'm interested in your voices too. Okay, my voice. I'm only one voice. I want to hear more voices. We got November 1940, City Hall after a snowstorm in Norwich, Connecticut. And I believe that's a wind catcher there. Look, I got a mudflood window here that's been bricked up. Possibly another one there, and something odd there. Big old arched doorway there on that church, otherwise known as a healing center. Look at that tech. And they probably removed something off the top of here. In fact, it looks very strange there, almost like it's photoshopped. And looks like they repaired some brick here. Looks like they bricked up windows here and here. They might have had a fire in this building. It's got signs of a possible fire or something. I don't know. Something's weird there. Big old archway. Go right, go right, go right, go right. Well, they sure don't want you to go left. I ain't going either way. I'm going to go my way. One way street stop. Okay. Glad to know. We got something going on here with this fencing going on here. Probably those windows going into the ground, I imagine. There's Taurus fields there. Arch windows. More arch windows. More arch windows. Got that up there going on. Little tiny arch windows. Maybe a sub rosa. I don't know. That's a pretty roof right there. Clocks are expensive. Capacitors, wind catcher, and ether finial. 1940. And this is 1915. An electrical short in a manhole started a fire that filled the subway line under Broadway and at West 55th Street with smoke resulting in chaos for 250,000 commuters. And this goes along with the pictures that I showed earlier in this video. I thought there was two pictures. Anyways, that is a vault. That is a sidewalk vault. And this is the grating under here. And this is how they were covered with these steel I-beams. They some, not all, but some of the vaults were covered with steel I-beams, which have now rotted out and they're having to replace them and fix them. And we got a little Phoenician shell there. So this picture, the picture we were looking at before was looking this way, and we saw these wagons, if you remember correctly. So that's Boss Man right there, doing the boss manning. There's Fred back there. Fred is the horse that built America, and now he's the Fred that's going to put the fire. He's the horse that's going to put the fire out. Buicks, yeah. This we're looking from an opposite angle. I thought there was another better picture somewhere. Oh, so many pictures, so little time. Subway fire. Check out those big old arches, which we have modified, obviously. See how horseshitty we made these? These crappy, that's crap. It's got the facade stone on there. Taurus field. Anywho, we got Pensacola, Florida, 1904, Opera House, American National Bank. And we got a cannon sticking in the ground because, well, we had to do something with things that don't shoot cannonballs, and, you know, we had to get rid of them. Old gas lamp. Okay. Ether finials. Ether fencing. There's a porthole. More ether fencing. I wonder if these spin like the ones on Harvard. I don't know. Makes you wonder. More ether finial or ether fencing there. Nice brickwork there. Arch windows. Big old arches. Interest paid on time deposits. American National Bank, largest capital stock of any bank in the state. Blah, blah, blah. We have more money than anybody. Arc light. Another porthole. Other fencing. That's a hell of a contraption there. It looks like a swing set. It ain't, but it looks like. And, oh, we definitely built that phone pole there. You see how crooked it is? We can definitely handle a crooked ass phone pole or two. But we sure shit can't build buildings like this. Not in this time frame. It's not about, Well, we could build a brick building. We build 1,000 brick buildings all the time. Well, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about building it in the time frame the building was supposedly built in. Okay, you're not comparing apples and apples if you're thinking like that. You got to go back. Okay, you got to go back old school be thinking. Okay, you got to get your mind back in the day. Philadelphia, circa 1905, North American Real Estate Trust, City Hall, and Land Title Building. You figure out which is which. I don't know. They all look the same. They're all old world. Okay, we got a random ass statue in the backyard. Okay, that makes sense. No, it doesn't. But, you know, this is a weird building with like a greenhousey looking effect there. I don't know what's going on there. That is just strange. Strange construction. Arches. Pyramid. That's probably part of an old wind catcher right there. I got a little GIF in the end of the video. It's going to show you how a wind catcher works. So check that out. That's part of a wind catcher, I believe, right there. And pyramids. Let's get out and go back in. Got pavement light right there. That's interesting. It goes under the building too. That's really weird. I'd love to see that a little closer. Coal hole covers there. There's the coal man. He's delivering the coal. He could pull up and turn his cart here, and he would drop it in, and he'd drop it into the coal hole there. I can't get any closer than that. There's pavement light there, all the way across the front there. Another coal hole cover. Oh, yeah, by the way, that's Fred and Wilbur. Fred and Wilbur. Well, Fred's the horse built America. Wilbur helped him. How you like them apples? You got these older. There's those ball thingies. I don't know what they're for. There's something. They're always there. They're something. I believe those are capacitors for the buildings, for the ether antenna, arch windows, more arched windows, more arched windows, more arched windows, more pavement light, more pavement light, more. I mean, it's just more. And you see, if you go and do the research on, there's more pavement light. If you go do the research on pavement light, you'll find that it's gone. Most places, it's gone bye-bye. Okay? I mean, look at the size of that arch. Freaking crazy. That's a mud flood hole right there. Look at the columns on this thing. Tauruses everywhere. Portholes. Look at that dude. I mean, seriously. Who the hell is building like this and this in this time frame? Eagle representing the Phoenix. There's Taurus fields right there. Those signify the the electromagnetic earth that we live on. There's the ether antenna. We put the horseshit North American sign up there. This building is facaded. If you get underneath the skirt here of this building, you're going to find brick. You always find brick. So you look at that and you go, oh, that's a nice stone building. No, that's stone facade. The building is brick. I'm telling you, it's brick. Go under there, look under its skirt, and find the brick. Okay? Who made all that brick? Get a count on that brick for me. Port Huron, Michigan, circa 1910, Huron Street and Ferry Landing. So we got the ferry here. He pulls up. Everybody gets on. They take you out to the ocean. They drop you off in the ocean. They come back, pick more people up, discard. I don't know. I'm just talking shit. There's a coal hole cover. And there's Boss Man right there. He's doing boss manning. Got lady in uniform. Arch windows. There's one of them ball things. See a lot of those. Don't know what they are. I mean, maybe they're a capacitor, but I don't know. They're just very interesting to me. Pyramid with an ether antenna. There's a wind catcher with 4 clocks. Antenna, mercury ball. Jeez. I mean, come on. Look at these finials. Unbelievable. There's Fred. Fred's the horse that built America. He's always around. There's Wilbur. He's usually, basically he's around too usually. I mean, come on, man. Look at the size of that door. Compare that little dude to that door. Why does that little dude need that big ass door? That door is twice the size of that little dude. Literally. Think about that. Coal hole cover. I bet there's some pavement light right there. I can't see it, but I bet you there is. Look at all those arches. I believe arch windows are old world. I do believe arches. Look at that big old dome with the Ezra venue on top. The Ezra antenna. There's another dome back here. That's probably a wind catcher right there that's been windered up. So you got to understand they changed things. I'm looking at a building right now and I'm trying to figure out what they did to it, and I mean it's weird. It's really weird. I can't wait to show you guys because I don't know. I'm working on it. Ether antenna. I can't give away all my secrets, man. Y'all can't know things till I'm ready for you to know. I like to do my due diligence and do my research before I come out with something. I'm kind of a OCD in that way. Capacitors up on top of the buildings, arched windows. I just I like to do my due diligence. I'm kind of anal retentive about that. Excuse my French. But if I'm gonna come out with something, I put a lot of effort into my thinking on it. And there's a dude standing on the side of a building. Why do they do that? Coal hole cover. Why do they always stand on the outside of the building? Ask your grocer? I don't know. Pays interest on deposits. Piano store. Well, okay, let's move on. Poughkeepsie, New York, 1906, Young Women's Christian Association, YWCA. Okay, and I believe the YWCA and the YMCA are designated buildings. I believe they came up with that to come up with another designation. They had to have so many buildings with mudflood winters below. They had to come up with all these designations, and that was just one of them. And see, that would be easy to take that brick out and put that stone in there. It's a lot easier than you think. If you don't know anything about how that's done, you would think, oh, that'd be really hard to do. No. No. It's just mortar. It's just, you get the mortar out, and that's all it is. Matter of fact, they have a way of doing it now that's really cool. They use the oscillating tool, and they just go up there to the mortar, and it goes right through it. That's so cool. There's another mudflood window, or at least a window right on ground level. See how it's facaded? See that stone facade right there? It's a brick building with a facade. Look at the detail on that. Good grief. Oh yeah, lady in uniform. Hello, miss. Good day. And let's see. Arch windows. More arch windows. Maybe a star fort pattern. I don't know. Very interesting. I believe these are a technology. I see these too much for them not to be a technology. I don't know what they do. I imagine it's got something to do with the free energy. There they are again. Something with those. Anyhow, anywho, we got Washington, D.C., circa 1901. View of G Street, northwest, mostly north side, looking west from 12th Street, showing Washington Savings Bank on the corner. Woo! Okay, and we got mudflood windows. In case you need those, got bars on the windows. They've probably been, hijacked. Check out that big old gate on that big old door. Good grief! Look at those. Got stairs into the underground right there. Because that really does make a lot of sense. And there's Fred. Poor Fred. He just looks miserable. Elite laundry. Oh, that's very interesting. Elite. there's your Elite. What a putz. I would love to take one of them gauntlet gloves and walk up to that fella and smack him across the face and say, I challenge you. I mean, these people, God, they just thought that their shit didn't fucking have a smell to it. I'm telling you. They thought their poop didn't have no more smell than a hot biscuit. But let me tell you, they're the stinkiest sons of bitches on this earth. There's a big old wind catcher right there with their ether finials, ether antenna, blah, blah, blah. And we got a big ass, crooked ass pole because we know how to do big, crooked ass poles. I mean, why are you going to be able to build that building nice, straight, and pretty, but you ain't going to be able to cut down a tree straight? Because that's the technology that you got? Come on, y'all. The Owens and Beers recorded records. Oh, Owens and Beers record shop at 81 Chambers Street in New York, 1915 to 1920. And I just want to show you. Here's another grate. And this is what they used prior to pavement light. And this is why they replaced. See how big a gap that is? I mean, people were getting. That was messing people up. They were dropping their money. They were getting their shoes hung in it. I mean, it was just bad. And the water just flowed right down into it. And there is a access right there into the that's ventilation into the underground there, into the basement. So that's why I wanted to show you this, just to show you something interesting. Let's see if there's anything else in the picture. I'm not seeing anything that's really getting my juices flowing. And we got Washington, D.C., circa 1901, view of Virginia Avenue Southwest, north side between 6th and 7th, looking southeast towards 6th and 7th Street. And we got a train over here, some kind of fencing there. Okay, whoop-de-doo, big old dirt, muddy road. Look at that beautiful wrought iron work with windows below ground level and windows below ground level, because that's how you build. I mean, seriously. That is how you build things. It makes just a bunch of damn sense, don't it? I mean, seriously. I don't know. What else we got? Anything? Got an eagle on top of that gas lamp right there. Eagle representing the Phoenix / Mercury. And let's go. Okay, we got October 1939. 3 children in a doorway of their dugout home in Sunday clothes. Dead Ox Flat, Malheur County, Oregon. So this, I guess, Dr. Detroit, Oregon's near there. And Dr. Detroit, Oregon, I call him Detroit, Oregon because he's from Oregon. But Dr. Detroit is a Patreon of mine. And if you'd like to support my work, there's a link in the description. And I will go and dig some more of this good stuff up, because, you know, this is the narrative that they're trying to sell us, because this makes sense that we would live in a house in the mud at some point. So Oregon farmer, and we have a house that's in the mud. So which came first, the mud or the house? Not sure. Maybe one day we'll get down to the bottom of it. Beaks out.
Say woof again! Say woof again!
I've got one that can see.
This is my kung fu.
and it is strong.
See you later.